Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Astronomy Unplugged. Before we start, want to give you guys a big thanks for the support we earned in our last video. Our views and our streams skyrocketed, no pun intended.
We love how engaged you guys are in learning more about space, which is our goal. So as promised, today's episode will be talking with someone very special.
Yes, please welcome our guest, Miss Belinda Henriques, or as we call her, Miss H.
As a brief introduction, Miss H was my master teacher at the Virginia Space Coast Scholars Summer Academy at Wallops Flight Facility, which is located in Wallops, Virginia. She taught me a lot.
Today, she will be discussing her journey to committing her life to STEM.
But we also will get insight into her other interests as well. So, Miss H, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I'm Belinda Henriques. I am a earth science teacher. I also teach AP Environmental, Oceanography, and this year I had 3 sections of astronomy. I'm also building the curriculum for Chesterfield County for astronomy and oceanography. So I'm excited with that. And in the summers, I work for Virginia Space Grant at Wallops. So that is my highlight of the year. And that's you all. So.
And did you always know that you wanted to teach it?
Well, I came to education late. When I was a child, I always was curious about the term infinity, right? Because they say that the universe goes on, that there's no end to it. So as a kid, I was like, it's got to be in a box, right? I mean, there has to be some kind of end to it. So that's what sparked my curiosity about astronomy. But I didn't go back to school. Well, I went to college, but then I had a family. I have 5 children. I have 4 grandchildren. So I kind of got sidetracked. And so I didn't go back to college until I was 50.
Oh.
And so then I went to education. It took me 6 years to get my degree, and that's when I started teaching. I was 56. So, it's never too late. And this has been the best profession ever. And I was in manufacturing before. So that's what really helped me to get this job also at Virginia Space Grant, because I have that mechanical background.
If you could have any superpower to help you teach, what would it be?
Oh my golly, a superpower. I would really, because I teach astronomy, right? I would really have wished that I had a superpower to take everybody on a huge spaceship and take them to actually see the universe. I think that would be really cool to see what it is to be out in space and to look back at Earth. I think that would be a really beneficial superpower.
That would be fun. Okay.
Wouldn't you like to be in my class if I had that kind of superpower?
Yeah.
Okay. What is there a moment that made you think, "Wow, I love this job"?
Daily. Yeah, daily. And 2, I also have students that come back to see me. And that's really rewarding to see, like they're in college. And I had one student, and we had coffee during winter break, because she had just done an study abroad in Australia, and she's also studying oceanography. So that was really rewarding for me. So to see what you all are doing later on, and that you had something to do with guiding them towards that direction is pretty cool.
Yeah. What is the coolest astronomy fact you love to share with beginners?
The coolest astronomy fact. So do you guys know the story about star formation?
Well, slightly.
Yeah.
I love the story about star formations, and the really big, ginormous stars, when they die, they supernova, right?
Yeah.
And when they supernova, they throw all the elements back out into the universe, right? To have things start over again. So that saying that says that you're created from stardust, right? That's my favorite story.
Okay, that's actually cool. I didn't know that. Um, so if you could take your students anywhere in the universe for a field trip, where would you take
Oh, there's several different places I would like to see.
them?
I think Saturn is really interesting, but here recently we've been getting really good pictures back of Jupiter, right? And the currents on Jupiter and the storms, and they're actually really beautiful. Like, I would be curious to see that. The also other planet I would like to see is Pluto,
Yeah.
simply because it has the heart,
Yeah.
right? And that's really difficult to see.
Yeah, that could be like a tourist destination.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like the
What's
cold, so I don't know,
Yeah.
what is one misconception about astronomy or STEM that you wish more people understood?
Um, so when I talk to my students about all these NASA professions, right, and that the opportunities that are there, and even right during Virginia Space Grant, right, our summer academy, um, I don't think that a lot of kids realize that there are opportunities out there that are suitable for them because they're still viewing that as such a far off uh, thing that it's still a dream and they don't feel like it's something that's tangible. And I think that there's a lot of STEM professions out there that are very tangible, especially now, like with the technology that's out there for your generation. Yeah, you guys have a lot of opportunity.
Yeah, I know a
Yeah.
lot of people still think that like astronomy is something you can't really pursue.
Yeah,
Okay.
right. Yeah.
Um, so what do you think helps your students or just students in general stay curious about STEM and science?
Hands on. Hands on experiments, labs. Those are the things that, well, those are the things that I remember growing up, right? And in school, that's why I chose out of all the subjects to be a science teacher, because that was fun, right? And those are the things that you remember. And I think if you're curious and you learn that there are ways that you can find answers, right, and fuel that curiosity, I think that hands on is definitely, I mean, I love to read, but if you can, like, I could teach about the weather, but for us to actually go through this snow and then the ice and not be able to clear my driveway, that is the experience is the best way to learn.
Do you have a favorite experiment you've done in class or something?
Oh, there's a lot. So I also teach AP environmental,
Uh-huh.
and I actually dig up the soil in my backyard and I bring it in for them to do these soil samples. And when they find earthworms and spiders and they're screaming in my class, it's very rewarding for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love being on labs.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
takes AP environmental.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I love the labs. And my kids are like, oh, but that's what you remember is the labs.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember last year in chemistry we did a popcorn lab, and that's the only lab I really remember because we got to pop popcorn in like a flask.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a great lab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then oh sorry.
Do you have any favorite astronomy tools or demos you enjoy showing the academy?
Um, when we go to summer academy, it's such a set program, but the thing that I enjoy the most, because every academy is different, when you're subject matter experts and you guys get to ask them one-on-one questions, to me, I think that's really rewarding to hear their stories, right? Their personal experience and how they got to NASA. I think that is really because everybody has a different way that they got there,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and
Interesting.
yeah, it's really interesting. And then they do these huge jobs, right? They do different things and then right. So that's really interesting.
I remember it was interesting for us this year because like the first time we got a subject matter expert, they weren't actually like ELV experts. We just got to hear about how they got to NASA and stuff, and that was really cool.
Yeah, his story was really
Yeah.
cool. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, this is kind of a fun one. If you could turn any planet into a giant space like playground, what would you pick?
Um, I think Saturn, right? I mean, wouldn't Saturn be cool? Like it's got those big, yeah, with the rings. I think that would be a cool. And then there's no surface, but whatever.
So yeah,
I don't mind.
you can deal with
Yeah.
it. No, a Saturn playground sounds really fun.
Yeah,
And then you can take your kids on a field trip there.
yeah. Oh, I don't know if you guys like Star Wars, but there is one episode where there's got multiple moons. I would think that would be really
Yeah.
cool, right? To
Yeah.
have
Oh yeah,
multiple
and Star Trek
moons.
has multiple moons too.
Yeah,
It's really fun.
yeah.
Yeah, I would go to Saturn. If you were not a teacher, what other space related job do you think you would choose?
STEM related job.
That's really hard. Uh, I really like education because every day is different, right? But if I couldn't be a teacher, I think the research part of it and collecting information right, to find out new things, I think that would be interesting too.
Do you have like a dream research project or something that you would maybe like go and explore?
Um, Currently, right, because I'm an AP teacher, I think it's a lot of fun to learn about how we can save our environment, right? There's things that you can do regularly, right? And also, like what we eat, right, can also help save the environment. So that kind of stuff too is like,
That sounds interesting.
it's, I had a student who said, "No, I'm not. Is it vegan?" He says, "No, I'm not vegan. I don't eat anything. It's just vegetables." And I was like, how do you survive on just eating vegetables? Right. But then I tried like a couple of meals and I can see where that would be doable, right? That would be sustainable. So I thought that was interesting learning experience for me. Because I had leftover sandwich stuff, right, from the academic meeting we had, like, and I had brought sandwich meats, and he said, "No, I can't eat any of that." And I was like, "Can you eat?" Like, right? So, yeah. So I learn from my students too on a regular basis.
That's sweet. Okay, well, I don't have any questions written on the script anymore.
Thank you so much for this invite. I've really enjoyed it. It's so good to see you guys again. So stay in contact. Let me know how VAS goes for you all. And I wish you a lot of luck with the rest of your school year. And tell everybody I said hello.
Okay, thank you.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
And that wraps up for this episode of Astronomy Unplugged. We thank Miss H so much for coming and being a guest on the show. And remember, until our next episode, keep looking up.